Hello everyone, welcome to Starnix Cloud. I am Polster and let's continue with our website that we were building your year. For this, you are free to suggest some good UI for this website. I will be glad if you connect with me on LinkedIn, in the description, on Instagram, anywhere you want. Just if you are interested to contribute, just share some design ideas and I will just connect back to you. Anyway, so now coming back to the development of this thing. Now, in the last video, we did all the calculations and now we will use Flask to create the website. How we can do it? First, we have to install Flask. That is why we had created this virtual environment in the first video and activated it. This one, because this will contain our dependencies. And also many of you, I didn't see anyone use this trick to means how we can create the requirements.txt file. I didn't see many people to use that. I will show you that as well, to how you can absolutely figure out what are the dependencies that you need. So for now, we will install Flask. This will be our Python framework that we will use to create the website. We installed Flask here. What is this saying? Okay, we can upgrade pip. Anyway, I will do it later. So we have Flask installed now. Main. We will need two things from Flask. Import the Flask app and render template. I guess it was render template only. Let's see. I don't remember actually. Flask render template. I think it was render template only. No, not all this rubbish. But where is it? Where is it? Yes, this is a website. Yes, that was render template. Got it. This is a realistic development video that you are seeing that I do in my day-to-day life. Whenever I get stuck, I just sit like this. So well, yeah, this is the raw videos that I upload, no editing, nothing. So I am not thinking about that what people will say that I referred Google for something. Yeah, I am not the best and I'm also learning with you all and I'm just sharing my learning. So say whatever you want. Anyway, so coming back to the Flask part, first we will do it in this file only and I will show you. And sorry, I just went wrong there. Nothing to show here, but there is no need for separate file because it's a very small project. It's very little thing, so no need to manage multiple files for this one thing. Anyway, so first we have to create an app. This is standard Flask structure, nothing crazy here. So we created this app and this app will be our Flask application. We have to use a decorator. I guess this is called decorator only in Python. I'm not sure, but yeah, I guess it's called decorator to create a route to the root of the application. And I will call it home, home route. And this will for now return just hello world. Okay. Okay. I use the capital H, so you should use capital W and basic standard if name equal to main. Okay, if you don't know why this thing is required, why name and main are used in Python, you can comment down and I will make another video why this name and main means name equal to main is used and what will happen if we don't use it. I guess many of you know, but if someone don't know, please comment down. I will make a video for that. I will run this app on host which is 0.0.0 and port let's say 8000. let's see if this works or not. Okay, there is some syntax error. Forgot a comma. No, I didn't forget a comma. Maybe I forgot this one. Okay, the development server is running. I'll go to localhost. Port 8000. It's working. So we got our hello world. Now we will mm, do our work to render the HTML. Also, there is one thing I would like to explain here, that is the 0.0.0.0. What is it? The port number, you all can assume that it is port 8000, but why 0.0.0.0 in the IP section? Because this is not something you can just browse to. 0.0.0.0 means you can means this application will be accessible from all the interfaces of this computer, right? If I just give here 127.0.0.1, so only the localhost interface can access this website. Other than that, no one can. So even if in the same network, you won't be able to access this website using the computer's private IP address within the network. When I am giving this 0 combination, this is making the server accessible to anyone within the private network of this in which the computer is already a member of. So that's why it is 0.0.0.0, and that's also convenient. So there is not much we have to do here. We just have to get all this information from here to here. In indentation, correct the indentation. Yes, we got all the information here, and we will use return render template. We will use the render template here that we have defined previously in the at the top of this application. Basically, this render template will use Jinja 2 for its templating engine, and Jinja 2 by default searches for all the files in the templates directory. That's why we had this templates directory here that contains home.html. So I will just use home.html. This is the file that I want to share. And what were the fields? We just split vim here, and I will open the home.html. Sorry. Okay, and the things that we have to pass is elapsed. These are the variables that will be populated at runtime by Flask or the templating engine or render template, however it works in the backend. I'm not very sure of this thing yet, because I used it only once to create this website like a week ago. Current month will be month that we got. Day will be day that we are getting. Year will be okay. Did I pass the year? No. Year will be year. Weekday will be weekday, and remaining will be remaining. Okay, by the way, this split that you are seeing right now here, this split is done within Vim and not within tmux. This is the whole terminal right now. This part is tmux split. This tmux is split in two halves, this part and this part. This part was running Vim, and Vim is now split in two halves, this part and this part. This is the file that we were editing, the Python file, and this is the HTML file that will be rendered. I just opened it to refer all these variables. I'll just maximize it again. Oh, sorry. Vim, what's happening, man? Remaining. Vim works sometimes very unpredictably. So for Vim, the the hotkey is Control W, and for tmux the hotkey is Control B, and this creates a mess because I don't use beam splitting often. Anyways, so this is done. I can, sorry, I can close this one here now, and I am left with this. Let's see if this works. Fingers crossed. Okay, let's refresh. Perfect. See, this is running on localhost. So this is the site that we just now created. This is running on localhost. This was the site we were referring till now, and this is the site that just got created by localhost 8000 in the server. If I just turn off the server, as you can see, the requests are coming. This site will turn off. This will not work. But if I turn it again on again and refresh, this will work. So this is the site that we created right now on this video, and it's working. So yeah, this much easy it was to create this whole website. Yeah, maybe the experienced people already knew. Anyway, so I just wanted to share this little knowledge of mine or my little website building experience. And yeah, I remember I had said that we will host this. Let's see how long this video went. This is 11 minutes. Okay, we can host this in this video only, so everything will be done. But before hosting, there is one thing that I want to show you. See this. In hosting, it is a best practice. We can host this development server as well, but it is always a best practice to use a proper development server to host, sorry, a proper production server to host this thing. If I run this right now, it says this is a development server, do not use it in a production deployment. Use a WSGI server instead, which is web server gateway interface server. So we will create this gateway interface right now. I will just cancel, quit from this main file now. We don't need this, and we will create a wsgi.py file. Okay, okay. But for that, we will need another dependency. Pip install g unicorn. This unicorn, I'm not very sure what this is, but this is used to host the production server. Is a production deployment. This is used to deploy a production ready website to a server. So gunicorn wsgi.py. We will just import, okay, from main. Why main? Because the file here is main. Now if you want to know how Python knows from which file to get that main file is located in the current directory, that is a separate topic. That is also a part of cybersecurity as well. Means a little very little part to that is sometimes used to privileges, to escalate your privileges to some higher user if that vulnerability is there. I will tell you that if anyone wants to know, comment down obviously. From main import app, and we will again use this name. Okay, let me show you one thing. I'm just importing the app, okay, and from main.py, here I have this name equal to main. If I run WSGI right now, nothing will happen. Why? Let me show you. If I remove this part, if I just comment out this part, sorry, to Python it's hash. If I remove this part, the web server will work just fine, and we can visit this website in localhost. But now if I run WSGI, this will also run the web server, because this if name equal to main, what this code does, it checks whether the file or whether the .py file is being run directly or it is being referenced by some other file. If it is run directly, this part is executed, whatever is there inside the if condition. If it is being referenced by some other file, this value gets false and this part is never run for that purpose. So that is the reason why this if name equal to main is used to prevent accidental triggers or accidental runs of a Python file. Okay, full screen. Now again, I will use if name equal to main, and this time I will just use app.run, nothing else, just app.run. It will automatically configure everything, and I will show you how to deploy this. But first, let me just run the production server here first. Let's see. So how can I do it? It's G unicorn. Okay. I have to source the, I have to activate the virtual environment here in this session as well. Bin activate. Okay, now I have G unicorn bind to 0.0.0.0. If I don't give this bind, it will run on 127.0.0.1, which will not make it accessible to everyone outside. So I bound it from the file wsgi run app starting unicorn listening on 8000. Now if I go there and just do it, it's working just the same as it was. I will just use a browser to do it as well, and it's working fine. So we also did the production server as well. Now we have to deploy it. How we will deploy it? I will SSH to my Raspberry Pi. If you see here, uh, I have a folder called Docker here that contains all my stuff, starnix and countdown. This folder contains the current deployment, but I will make a folder called tutorial and cd into tutorial. Sorry, the caps lock got on. Okay, that's the clean folder. Now the dependencies, as I said earlier, that there are, okay, how long is the video going? It's 17 minutes. Okay, we can do it. So the dependencies, how we can figure out what dependencies do we need. So pip, because we use pip to install all the dependencies, pip will give us a summary of all the dependencies that we used in this project. We'll use pip freeze. Pip freeze actually gives a list of all the dependencies that we need to run this application. You can see here it's Flask, Gunicorn, Jinja 2, and everything is here, and some other stuff. So how we can set it? Pip freeze requirements.txt. This is how you see that in many Python GitHub repos there is the requirement of text. This is how they create that thing, this requirements.txt. Now we want to host this application from our Raspberry Pi, so we will have to send all these files main.py requirements template folder and wsgi. We won't need this virtual environment or PyCache, because these are something that will be, means if you are running it on your machine, you will create this on your own. This does not get shipped. That is the best practice or coding standard actually. That's what I think. Maybe I am wrong. You can just correct me if I'm wrong. But okay, let's get to work. SCP secure copy, that is used to copy files across servers. SCP, I want to copy main.py, requirements.py, whatever. Okay, for R means recursive, whatever there is in templates, and wsgi.py. But where I want to copy it? In my py, in the folder. So when you are using SCP, in normal CP command we keep the files and the destination. So here in SCP we keep the files and the destination is the remote server. You can refer to it by its IP, its name. This py is actually configured in my HC hosts folder, sorry, the file, so it knows in which IP it should send it. In Docker and I'm getting the path from here. In this path, I want all these files. Starnix, countdown, tutorial. This will not take long. See, I got all the files, and also templates have the HTML file. Perfect. Now we have to create Docker Compose here to host this. Now everything we will do in our server. This now all the commands that we'll write, these are happening on our server. Okay. I'll create another folder called app and put everything that we just got here. Main, requirements, templates, and WSGI inside app. And why I'm doing it? What happened? Oh, I just copied them. I should move them. Sorry, not everything just stays there. Whatever, everything just got moved. Okay, and I can securely remove this templates folder because app has already got this thing. There is home.html in apps, so I can remove the templates folder. Now, if I show you inside the app directory, everything is set. So I will create a Docker Compose. I have Docker installed in this server, Docker Compose.yml. This is how I basically host all my websites using Docker Compose. So first there will be services. So I'm defining what are the services that I'm hosting. Let's say your year 1, because there is already one service running as your year 1. I will use Python 3 as my image. Container name will be your year 1. Host name will also be your year, let's say 1, like this, sounding to me like Ready Player One. There's a movie by this name, but anyway, host name. And restart policy will be unless stopped. I have to mount some volumes there. Volumes will be /app means the app directory to the app of or app inside the container. Now working directory will be application. Every command that will be issued inside the container will be issued inside the app directory. Entry point will be sh tag c. If you actually want to know more about this Docker file and how everything is working in this Docker environment, you can just ask, means comment down that you want to know more, and I will make separate videos on how what is the meaning of all these options in the Docker file, how a Docker file works, how Docker handles everything, is how it's a video about Docker overall. So in shell I will execute, not Python. Okay, you can use Python. Module pip install tag r requirements.txt. All these commands will be executed inside the Docker container, and then gunicorn is how you can run it. Gunicorn bind 0.0.0.0 WSGI app. This is how it will work. And now I have to set the network because it has to be there in my proxy manager. This is a part of my own infrastructure, so this can vary from user to user. This is something I do for my own infrastructure. default, and I have to also define this default network. Default, this will be name is nginx proxy manager default external. This is something that is unique to my setup, but if you have the same setup you can, but I don't think you will, so you have to change this according to your own need. Let's see if everything is given. Volume, working, entry point, networks. Okay, quit it. Now I will start this Docker container. Let's see if we get some errors or not. Okay, there is some error. Volumes must be a list. Yeah, I did a mistake here. Like this. I will just keep it at the same line with network. Attaching. See, all these commands are running within the container. Okay. It installed all the dependencies and now it's listening on 8,000. But currently, if we try to access it, we won't be able to. There is something in my configuration that I have to change it. This does not apply to you, but there is a lot of thing that goes on. I will add a new proxy host here. Your er1 dot starnix.in http 1 on port 8000. I don't want to cache anything. WebSocket support document expert. Save. Now here is the localhost version of that. Your er.starnix.in it will be but 1. Let's see. Wait, I think I messed up something. Let me fix it. Your er1. The host name was not your er1. Was your er1 like this, right? Let me just check it in my Docker Compose. The host name was your er1. And okay, since I know this is running, I can just put it in the background. It will work. And how I am getting that, I means the IP, you can see this in the network. In the in the proxy manager network, we have this URL1. We have URL and we have URL1. Okay, the name here is URL1. That's why it worked. Anyway, this things keep on happening here and there. Let's see if URL1 works. It is saved. I guess it will. Yes, this also works. So we created this website, we deployed it in the cloud, and that's how this is a two-part, very short video series for creating a Flask application using datetime module and how to deploy that on the cloud. It's that easy. And this cloud, this Raspberry Pi is running in my home only, in the other room above my windows. So yeah, this is that easy. You don't, okay, I won't say much, but if you like this video, like, comment, subscribe, share, motivates me to do more stuff. And if you want some other specific topic to be covered by me, just comment down, or you can reach out to me on LinkedIn. Link will be in the description, on Instagram as well. So yeah, that's it. Thank you.